Okay, here are some garden and rain type shoes that I'm going to show you this morning. I'm trying to decide what kind to get so that when I walk the dog in the dewy grass or in the rain, that my feet don't get all wet and messy. Now, I have some boots that I use in the cold weather because they're the kind that have some fuzzy stuff inside, and they come up, somewhere between my ankles and my calves, come up on my legs a few inches. And they look like lace-up boots, but they actually zip, which makes them easy to put on and off. But we have a lot of warm weather here in the southern United States, and they're not very pleasant to wear when it's 95 degrees out there. So, I usually wear Crocs. For example, I've got these Crocs flip-flops that I've had for like 3.5 years. Almost no wear on them at all. They wear like iron, and they kind of have an arch support. And I frequently wear these Crocs. What are these called? I don't even remember what these are. Light Ride. Okay, very comfortable. But the problem is these wonderful air holes that make them so comfortable. Moisture does get in, and actually when it rains, I've had the raindrops come down on in there. Now, the Crocs I usually wear, usually I have shoes laying around. Let me go find a pair. The ones that I usually wear are like these. That's all dog stuff there. Dog toys, dog towels. So I love these. These are so comfy. They give arch support. But they don't make these anymore. I've got about a dozen pair. Eventually they're going to wear out. But my feet get wet and messy in them. All right. So the first pair, these are, I guess it's called Emoji. And I had gotten these in a size 10. Somebody had recommended them as garden shoes, but the 10s were way too big. So I ordered a pair of 9s. And my big toes do butt up a little bit right here, but it's okay. I could adjust to it. The problem is, though, look, these holes are even bigger than the holes in my light rides. So these are not going to work to wear out when I walk the dog. All right, so the emojis are not going to work. They are, though, if you need house shoes, I would say order one size smaller than you normally wear because they're so smooth and soft. Okay, so there's those. All right, next we have Sloggers. And I ordered size 10. These have a removable insole. These are billed as being, it says, antimicrobial, moisture wicking. These are supposed to be completely waterproof, and then I guess you sort of air out the insoles. So, again, just like any kind of clogs, these are loose. But they're okay. My big toe does hit a little bit right here, but it's not bad. I could wear these. I could get used to them. But I was thinking, you know, they come down so low. And you know how when you're walking in wet grass, it can sometimes sort of flip stuff up on you. So I thought, I don't know. And then when it rains, it would be really easy for the rain to get in. These are supposed to be non-slip. They look very grippy, but, you know, not going to do those. Okay, these are Crocs. I ordered a size 11 because there were no size 10s available. They don't make these anymore. These are Crocs women's wrap color light ballet flat shoe. And I thought, oh, you know, these look really awesome. They're comfy, not much support. But then, you know what they're made out of? They're made out of a kind of, it almost feels like that foamy stuff that kids glue together, you know, in art class or something. And I think that it's probably not that sturdy. Also, I realized it's stitched together here. Looks like it's stitched and glued. So it's not all one piece. I bet that water would come through, and I bet if any sticks rubbed it, I don't know, I don't think it would be sturdy enough. So here's 2 more. All right. And by the way, I got these, all of these from Amazon or from Zappos, whoever had them available at the best price, because they pay, you know, you don't have to pay return mail. Well, I should say Amazon Prime. And then, okay, these are Bogs. Okay, Bogs also have removable insoles. And these are supposed to be actually made for gardening. And let me stick my foot in here. Okay, they've got like a elastic thing, elastic panels here, so you can get them on. They're easy to put on. They're roomy, but not too loose. Okay. And as you can see, obviously I'm not wearing socks because if I'm running out to walk the dog and living in a warm climate, I don't wear socks very often except in the winter. So these are, you know, very grippy on the bottom, or they're supposed to be. These are pretty comfortable, actually. This is size 10, like I normally wear. They're pretty. Of course, I'm wondering if my feet are going to really sweat in there. Although I will say that, you know, they've got good coverage. So if the grass is wet or if it's going to rain, I ought to be, you know, it ought to be okay. So that's the Bogs, all right? Easy on, easy off. All righty. Now, the last one, these are the Crocs again, and these have removable insole. So, you know, the ones with the removable insoles, that means that if you need extra support, you can take out that insole and put in your special kind of insole. So here these are. These are much roomier than the Bogs. These are made to be shoes that you can wear like at work, like if you're a nurse or stuff like that. They're very roomy, and I actually am a little bit concerned that I could twist my ankle in them. You know, with all these kind of shoes, you just have to, in my opinion, you've just got to try them and see. Now, you can see that there's a lot of room here. Could I have gotten a size smaller? Maybe, but you know, I could get a size smaller, but I'm thinking that these Bogs, which are made as gardening shoes and have a, you know, there's just less of them than of Crocs. They might actually be better. I have one more pair of shoes coming next week, and I will review those also. But hopefully this will give you an idea of the sort of things that are out there. If you have any experience with any of these shoes, why don't you put it in the comments, because I'm sure that that would help other people who are looking for shoes, right? And I'll come back next week when these other shoes come. I think they're called Muckster 2, something like that. And we'll see what those are like. So I did review one other pair last week by London Fog. They were the cutest little polka dot pair of shoes, but they were very low cut, just like the Crocs that I usually wear with all the cutouts on them. And they didn't have any arch support, or not very much. So I decided to send those back. But there's so much to consider, you know, when you're looking for shoes. Are you going to wear socks with them? Are you going to be stepping in dirt, in mud? Do you want to wear them in the rain? You know, if you're gardening, is there going to be dirt flying up in the air and maybe possibly down into your shoe? Can you hose the shoe off or throw it in the washing machine? Just so many things to consider. I just want to let you know, I do not receive any sort of benefits by doing these reviews. I'm just doing them because I'm looking into these things, and I figure maybe other people are too, and it might help y'all out. Okay, hope it helps.